Richard, is it okay we talk about Paul Stobart first and his
Certainly.
appointment?
Yes.
I'm just wondering why you think that it's the right time now to bring on someone like Paul.
Yeah, so Zen's at a point in its development where we are growing really quickly. We're accelerating our growth. We've got a target of being a £100 million business in 3 years. We've got a great leadership team, but I think that if we're going to really make the most of the future opportunity, we need an even stronger leadership team, and Paul is absolutely the man to head up the board, to bring that expertise to us.
And what will he bring? What do you think he'll bring?
Well, if you look at Paul's accolades, he, as a member of the Sage executive team, took Sage from being a £120 million business in 1996 to a £1.3 billion business in 2011. And so he's got loads of experience of growing businesses to achieve real scale. And I'm looking forward to him bringing that expertise to our growth over the coming years.
Okay, can we move on to your speech, which you've titled Zen versus Capitalism, is that right? Could you just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Zen versus Capitalism, my quest to make the world a better place. So it's a secret, none of the audience are expecting that. It's something a bit different for a partner event, but it's the first time that I'm going to speak in a public forum and in front of the press about my feelings that I've had for many years about what's right and what's wrong with the capitalist society we live in, and actually what can we do about it to make it better. So I'm going to be covering all that stuff and really looking forward to seeing what everybody thinks.
Those are big topics, and presumably not what a partner event would normally expect. Why do you think, you've obviously got strong opinions on it, why do you think it's the right time to voice those opinions now? Is there anything about the timing that's interesting?
My thoughts have been brewing away for so many years, and why now? Really difficult to say. I guess going back 2-3 weeks, I was thinking, right, okay, what am I going to talk about the partner event this time? What is the thing that is really the hottest topic for me? And that's when it hit. It was just a bit of a light bulb moment. I thought the time's right. I need to get out there, and I need to say, look, we need to be running our businesses. We need to be running our economies in a different way, because if we don't, then the future for society and the future for the environment is grim.
There seems to be a general feeling around that at the moment. I think there's more than just you thinking that. But do you think Zen lives up to that vision? Do you think, if you're going to say these things, presumably you have to think that Zen is living up to those principles?
Yeah, I absolutely think it does. I think Zen is, within Zen, we've created a work environment where people come first and money comes second. I've had the luxury to do that because I own the shares in Zen, so I can determine how the company operates. I can determine that we look for the long term. But for companies that are within particularly the stock market system with external shareholders, they just haven't got that luxury. So yes, I feel that we have achieved it within Zen. The big challenge is you can't just duplicate Zen. If we want to take that outside, what are the options? And I'm going to be covering that in my presentation.
Wow. As well as that, obviously we're at the partner event, there's lots of partners. What do you hope that they will take away from this conference, from your own speech and from some of the other things that they've heard today?
Yeah, I think from a channel point of view, it's all about how can we help our channel partners grow for the long term, and if we can do that, then we're going to grow based on really solid long-term partnerships. So there's all sorts of things that we'll talk about in terms of the technology we're developing and we're using, the marketing support, the service, industry trends, things like that. All the sorts of things that you'd expect at a partner event. In terms of my talk about Zen versus capitalism, then what I'm hoping people will take away is maybe some inspiration that, yeah, actually, that's a point. I agree with bits of it. Maybe can I do something about that? And I think if I get people to ask themselves that question, then I'll be delighted.
And do you think, because we've been talking to some of the partners, do you think that actually, in some way, they already align with those principles? A lot of them seem like companies that are already on Zen's wavelength, if I can put it like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think over the years, I've talked from time to time with people about my thoughts, and I'd say the majority of them, they recognise what I'm saying, and it's hard not to recognise it when you look at the facts. So yes, I think it will strike a chord. The challenge always is, okay, well, that's the way of the world. If you want to change it, well, how do you do that? That's really difficult, and it is really difficult, and that's the challenge, I guess. Yeah.
And is it then small steps? You think everybody makes small steps towards a bigger whole?
Yeah, absolutely, small steps. And if there's enough small steps, then we'll get big change. A bit like continual improvement. Now, how has Zen been successful over 22 years? There's no one answer to that. It's thousands of little things that we've done better. We do a little better today than we've done yesterday. We do a little better tomorrow than we're doing today. So similar situation with this. It's going to be small steps. It's going to be about getting more people to take action and to do things differently. If there's enough people get on that wavelength, then we've got the opportunity of making some changes to the system of capitalist society that will encourage behaviour that's more sustainable.
And very finally, talking of changes, but there's been some significant changes at Zen over 2017 with the investment, with things coming online, with new products and so on. What do you think 2018 brings in terms of those kind of things within Zen?
Very exciting times for 2018. We're accelerating our growth. There's some big opportunities for us that will be revealed, I think, in 2018. I think the establishment of our board of directors will be adding a whole load of value, and we'll see that in terms of what they're delivering, working with the senior management team. Technology continues to advance, so I expect to see continued growth in cloud, and continued growth in hosted voice, and continued growth in our broadband base, which is growing really strongly at the moment. Continued growth in Ethernet, which is also growing very strongly. So lots of things to look forward to. I think as a CEO, I will continue to be balancing which opportunities can we go after and do justice to, and which do we have to leave behind because we just haven't got the resource to do justice. So we are in a market where there's many more opportunities than we have the ability to pursue and do justice to, which is a fantastic situation to be in.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time, Richard.
Yeah, thank you very much.